Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Rhea, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. So excited to be here. I feel like we need to catch up. So much has been going on over the past couple weeks. I feel like I haven't really got to discuss in depth as a one-on-one. So welcome to Corporate Aaron Talk.
What's corporate Aaron?
You guys aren't on the side of Corporate Aaron?
Are you?
So DeAndre Brown, like on TikTok and social media, like Instagram,
I've
he
been
does
Oh,
the videos where, like, I just saw one and corporate Aaron was like, "Okay, guys, so like I know
oh
it's
wait, is
almost
it the
5
white guy?
o'clock." No, he's black.
Okay, he's black and he's younger, right?
He's younger. He's probably our age.
Yeah, okay.
And then he refers to the other content creator that he does the videos with as corporate Aaron. But basically, it's almost 5, and she's like, "Oh, I know it's almost 5, and it's like Friday, but like I only need like 45 minutes of your time." And he's
Yeah,
like, "No,
gotta go. Yeah, I
it's
have seen
5
that.
p.m."
I have seen that. Yeah. And she just was on the news, like local news channel, and they were like, "We're happy to have." She's like, "Yeah, I'm the managerial position at managerial logistics and logistics are like, like." Anyways, it is funny. Yeah, we were on. Thank God, you know something over here. We have Taylor, obviously, in house, and then we have our fill-in intern, Dewan. So excited to have him here. He's going to be filling in when Taylor goes out of town. Unfortunately, she has a life and I don't, so that's really great for her.
That's not true. You're going to London right after.
Yeah, I am. It's true.
And I'm watching her dog. So who doesn't have a life out of all three of us?
Right, but also, did you see my story today? She ate my shoe. I started my day off terrible.
I could not believe that. I was like, oh no, she's
No,
gonna be in a
bitch.
bad mood.
No, and the fact that I was like, when I saw you in the parking lot, I was about to and I was like, you know what? We have too much to do today. Literally, I just played that song by Zero this morning, laying in bed, and I was like, I hate you, bitch. I hate you, bitch. You know that song? I think that was the wrong rhythm, but anyways. Bitch, you're fucking 9. 9 years old. Not 9 months, not 9 weeks, 9 years in March. Speaking of Pisces, I want to talk about...
No one knows your dog's a Pisces.
Well, they do now. Oh, God. And with the fact that I also thought that, like, I'm just an idiot and never read her chart. She's a rescue. I'm just going to put it out there. Last time I'll ever do a rescue. Not last time, but, like, I'll do a rescue and something else. I did my due diligence. I did it. I did adopt and didn't shop, and I should have shopped. I'm just going to say it. If you know, you know. Love her to death. She is, she loves the camera. She's a little sassafras, but she is a tough cookie. I'll say that.
Anxiety.
No, literally. She's
constantly.
She's supposed to make, I'm her service bitch. You know what I mean? Like she's registered as my service bitch, but like truly on God, everybody but a man and select few men are her service bitches, especially me. The fact that she tells me she hates me all the time. Like, she literally fights me. But Cesar Milan, please hit me up. I know you're not doing your show anymore, but like, God, if anybody could fix it, it's you. Literally, I have a friend who trains for the Houston Astros, their dogs. And he goes, oh, I've never had to keep a dog longer than like 3 weeks or a month. He goes, I'm definitely going to have to keep her a minimum of 2 months. Whether he was trying to take my money or not, I fucking believed him because this bitch needs shock therapy, She needs to be sent away to one of those camps where Paris Hilton was. And to be honest, she would thrive in the wilderness. If I could let her live in a trash can, she would love it. She would be so happy. She's a little garbage monster. Anyways,
what were you going to say about
about Pisces? Can I tell you about this? Because I don't think I told you. I went out. I know you're like, Ray, you always, I actually really don't go out. I didn't go out this past weekend, but this is the weekend before. And one of my girlfriends called me and was like, hey, we're going to a bar like near you, like come out. And it was like, okay, I just woke up from a nap. Actually, I didn't because she wouldn't let me sleep, but whatever. I was like, whatever, fuck it. Let's rally. Like, let me just throw some clothes on. And she was like, we're going to the bar down the street. I was like, okay, throw some clothes on. And I was like, all right, I'm on my way. She goes, oh, actually, we're going somewhere else. I was like, well, I don't want to go all the way that side of town. And also, I don't want to like go home because if I go home, I'm not going to want to come back out and I don't want to stay out late. Like at this point, it was like 6:30 or 7. Like it was like early. So anyways, I call another friend. She's like, we're about to go to dinner. But I'll meet you up. I'll meet up with you after. And I was like, okay, cool. So I called another friend. I was like, he probably lives at this bar. So, it's a Saturday night. Worst case, I'll just go hang out with them and, mingle, mix with the crowd, like whatever. Ends up being there. There was this guy that I saw and I was like, oh, he looks familiar. I was like, hey, are you blah, blah? He was like, no, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know you like from Hinge. She goes, yeah. And also I met you a year ago. You know what I'm kind of sick of people saying? Like, oh, I've already met you a year ago or multiple times and you don't remember. Hey, you must not be that memorable. It's not my fault. Okay. Get a different personality, get something a little more memorable, not so basic. And then I'll remember you. Because I have a really good memory with, faces and names. Okay. Throwing that out there. It's not me, it's you. Anyways, we were talking. Okay, this is my point of the whole story about the Pisces. We were talking and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a like a rancher and like, like bragging. Like, oh yeah, my family has like land and like they're ranchers and like we have like 200 acres a lot of acreage?" Okay, yeah. He's like, "We have like 200 acres in I don't know, hour and a half away, like LaGrange or something." And he's like, yeah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, yeah, like, I was just up there hunting today. And I was like, oh, no, I don't like hunting. Like, yes, I eat meat, but like, I just, that lifestyle, like, you're going to put football and you're going to put hunting before me and the kids and the dogs. Like, I'm not interested. Okay, girl, I'm not, it just doesn't go with my personality anymore. And I finally realized that when I went to LA, thank God she saw the light. Anyways, he's going on about how, he's like getting so offended that I said I didn't like hunting. I just made a comment. I don't personally like it. That's great that you like it. And he goes, yeah, well, we're about to have like 2,000 cattle give birth in March. And I was like, oh, like what March? She's like, I don't know, like early March. I said, oh, they're all Pisces. And I was like, wow, you're going to have like 2,000 Pisces on your hands. He goes, yeah, I don't give a fuck what they are. They're like cows and blah, blah, blah. And they're going for slaughter. I was like whatever he said didn't make sense to what I said about it being a Pisces. Because obviously, if it's like an inside joke with myself. I go, you don't know what a Pisces is, do you? And he goes, no, I don't give a fuck. And I said, yeah, I'm just saying like they're going to be born like during that month. And he goes, oh, well, and he got so offended because like he didn't know what I was saying. And he
Yeah.
goes, oh, I don't give a fuck about that astrology. Okay, bye. I don't give a fuck about hunting. See ya. Then, in the same breath, like within maybe 20 minutes of each other, I was sitting in the booth and I met these two girls. I didn't get their names or any. I did actually get their names and I forgot. They were memorable though, because I'm gonna tell you what they look like. If I saw them again, I would say hi. But one of the girls looked like Olivia Jade.
No way.
Thank God you know who she is. Of course, Gen Z.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
Jacob
I used
Elordi's ex.
to. No, they're together actually.
Oh, they got back together.
No, it was just false rumors.
Oh. Bummer.
But what I was gonna say was Olivia Jade. I watched her YouTube videos, like her vlogs and stuff when she was a YouTuber. When I was younger, I like watched all her videos. She actually did a collab with Sephora on like a blush and highlighter palette that I have. Like, it's so funny.
Okay, plug.
I know. Well, they don't have anymore because you know what? She did that collab, and literally like 2 months later is when
Her mom
things
went to
came
jail.
out. Yeah, things came out. And then she stopped doing YouTube for like 2 years or something, and then she came back. I don't know if she's still doing it.
No,
or
but now
not.
she's like a socialite. Like now she like fall from grace, and then now
Yeah.
she's back because she's
Yeah.
dating a Jacob Elordi.
Yeah.
But
Now
listen,
people like her.
like
again.
her again. No, it's so okay. Put a pin in that because that's crazy. Let's talk. But just to wrap this story up, I was sitting on the booth, and like as I told you, all these bars in Texas have like a Sims house of TVs of every wall. Like there's no sheetrock, it's just like walls of TVs. And so this guy comes back from the bathroom and he's getting like ADHD and he's just squirrel like and just stares at the TV like this. I'm screaming. I'm probably this far away from the camera to the mic right now. I'm like this far away from him, like over the table. Like, oh, I was like, no, you can't stop here unless you're single. Haha. He wasn't like that cute. I just was making conversation and like being funny and cute, and he like didn't hear me. And then I was waving my arms like this, and I was like, "Hey, stop looking at our TV if you're not single. Like, you got to keep it moving, pay the toll." Like, I was just like being funny and cutesy. And then he looks at me, and because he didn't hear what I said, and he also probably has no game or, hates women, and he like looked at me and goes like this. Ugh! I swear on my life. I swear on my life. Like, he didn't hear what I said, and he's just like, that's so I had like fourth hand like that is so embarrassing for him.
Oh my god.
Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, not so much for me, but I'm like, whoa, that's your response if somebody's like, "Hey, cutie, only stop here if you're single." Ugh, like,
Yeah, that's
your
really
response?
weird. That's
No,
very
like that. So
strange.
that's what I'm dealing with. Anyways, and then that night ended up being really fun because I met the Houston rugby team. And if you didn't know, now you know that we do have a rugby team, and I am trying to go to a game. So let me know if you guys want to come. Let's like roll a couple deep and support our rugby players. I love that. Okay, speaking of Sephora, can we talk about all of these kids with their little Sephora hauls? I mean, really, what is going on in the world with that? I feel like they're like, "Oh, we have $500 to spend. Like, mommy this, mommy that." Because I saw this nanny saying that she was like, "I had to watch these girls," and their mom was like, "Oh yeah, take them to Sephora and have them only spend this much." And they were like, "Yeah, but we'll get mom to do whatever." Like, girl, I don't know. That's crazy. The skincare, and why are these parents, more importantly, letting their children do skincare? Like, absolutely not. I didn't start washing my face till like past high school, honestly. I mean, I wash my face, but like I use the wipes, and then I would just like use bar soap, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. No, growing up, my mom was more strict about makeup and stuff. She was always very like, if I can give you one piece of advice is to take care of your skin. So
Yeah,
she
but
always
at 7, you don't need a
Oh no,
7-step
oh
skincare routine.
no.
You only
This
need
was like
sunscreen
this
and
like started in
moisturizer.
like junior high or whatever. And then also you like start getting acne and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, I
so-
never got that. I actually got that at 26. So,
Mm.
it's coming for you.
No, I got really bad acne
Okay.
in junior high, beginning of high school.
Shoot. You already got it.
Well, let's hope it
No,
doesn't
I know.
ever come back.
I'm not giving you bad vibes.
No, but it
don't
was
you worry.
like I got it so bad, and I just was so ugly. So I'm just like, but I just
Kinda
kept telling
ugly.
myself, well, this is good because like when I'm older, I won't have it, and the people who don't have it now will get it when they're older. So that sucks for them.
And I did. I got it at 26, and I cried for 6 months. I was like, "No, I wanted to model. This was my year." And I was getting like cystic acne. It was like kind of bad. And then it like went away on its own after like a year, like 9 months. It just was like my hormones were regulating or
Yeah,
something.
mine just randomly just disappeared,
Okay, but
like my senior year.
but the girls, okay, I will tell you this. I did not start using moisturizer until I was like 20 or 21, like 21 every day. Like I use it sometimes, and like I did wash my face, but I wasn't using I had anyways, a nurse at the time was like, if you don't use sunscreen or moisturizer before you're 25, like you're fucked. And I was like, oh my God, I've used it every day. Maybe I'm glowy too. Well, no, because I used it on my other makeup, but I was like, maybe that's why, because I put moisturizer on before my foundation and like SPF.
Yeah, no, I mean, something I've noticed that makes a huge difference is if I do my skincare routine prior to putting on makeup, it makes
Yeah.
my makeup look so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait,
I've fallen off.
did you return the glow
I haven't returned
recipe?
anything. It's still sitting in the bag. When
So
we
you
got
haven't
it.
even used
I
it?
haven't even used it.
Okay, I was gonna say I really love that stuff. Like,
And there's a
especially
campaign
prior-
for it. Did you send me the video on TikTok about how it was
No, you
on
sent
Shark
it
Tank?
to me.
Okay,
Oh, wait, on
the-
Shark Tank.
Yeah, Glow Skincare was on Shark Tank.
I didn't know that.
I guess like season 1 or something. I don't really watch Shark Tank. And they were worth $350,000, I think is all she had. Or maybe that's what she was asking, but I don't remember. It was like something very, I mean, not for a company that is like not anything. But anyways, now it's worth over $200 million and counting, which is so great. And like
Wow.
the brand has stayed the same. I think the formula has stayed the same, if not like improved. And the only other thing that has improved is the packaging. And I think it was glow something, so they just dropped it to glow recipe. It was
Mm.
glow something recipe, and they just
Mhm.
dropped it. to-
Wow, good for them.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, good for them. But yeah, the girls at Sephora, all you need is SPF until, you're in your 20s. That's really it. SPF is moisturizer, just a day moisturizer and SPF, and then a night moisturizer. And then I heard today that people are giving themselves crazy skin conditions because of their wild skincare routine.
Yeah, I was gonna say less is more.
And they're using retinol and tretinoin.
You don't need that at 7 years old.
I barely use retinol now
Same.
because I need to get my eyebrows done now. I forgot to get them done earlier today or this weekend when I had all the
Me
time in
too,
the
girl.
world. But you can't do wax with
Mhm.
retinol or tretinoin. And I do get them threaded, but I'm kind of over threading because it hurts like a bitch, like just even more than waxing.
Waxing's way better.
I agree. Like it's quicker. I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, threading I think hurts
And then
more.
also, I don't know about you, but like the threading ladies like make fun of me.
Yeah, I don't like thread. I haven't done threading since
Why are you
I was,
making
like,
fun of me? Do you want my money or
16.
not? This is what I can't stand. In a place of customer service where you're taking people's money, why the fuck are you shaming the customer? Get a grip. Anyways, so I don't really want to use that anymore. Although I
Oh.
will say this one tip. I saw an article that said
We know what that means.
you should use tretinoin on the top of your knees. And
Why?
that I'm going to do because it's the place on your body that gets the loosest skin and you can't really tighten it. I'm going to start using it there.
Okay.
I am going to get now that I'm not waxing.
Okay, so
I
no,
don't even shave
what I was
above my
gonna
knee.
I was gonna say about waxing though, you just have to not use tretinoin or
I know,
retinol
7
like
days.
yeah, like
How
a week
am I going to
prior.
remember that? I can barely remember to take
I know.
my birth control for 15 years that I had to set an alarm for. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of like dating and stuff, I think I'm in my athlete era because I have dated like musicians. I love a tortured artist. I love somebody like musically inclined and like, I've dated the musicians, the comedians, the writers, the scientists, the boring ass. I have yet to date a doctor, although my friend's trying to hook me up with one. When I'm like, yes, please, let me give my doctor effort too. I just like the reason why I say athlete is because it still is like creative enough to where the discipline and the kind of work schedule of being like, I guess teammates aren't really entrepreneurs, but you know what I mean. Like you have like a really regimented schedule that you have to stay on, like very structured, which is a little too structured for me. But I'm an artist as well. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of same, but different. Although like the musicians and the writers and the comedians and all that is like a little too close to home. And like it always tries to bleed into my lane. Like I'm never gonna try to be a sports person. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's my thing on that. Okay, so let's get into it. So, as we all know, the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl now, which with I think the San Francisco 49ers, cool. They're the same colors. I don't know how we're going to tell them apart. But love that for the Chiefs. I didn't watch the game, but I watched all of the highlights because literally, if it wasn't last night, it sure as fuck was today. Everywhere that I scroll is like all Taylor Swift. And let me tell you, I'm the biggest Swiftie stan. I am. I love her. I'm so glad that they're happy. This bitch can't even blink without getting an article written. Oh my God, get Taylor Swift's mascara. Like, babe, I don't care that much. Like, I'm supporting, like, I think I'm just out at this point. Like, I don't think I can reshare anything else. I'm going to still love her from afar. My love has not diminished in any way. I'm just like the media is like, oh, this is for clicks. Like, let me run with it. And like the NFL is on it, and it's like they're trying to it's like Mojo Dojo Casa House is trying to get into the Barbie Dream House, and it's like fucking stay in your lane, NFL. It's like I like that the worlds are like colliding and like meshing, and maybe like these men will be nicer to women at some point, but probably not. I'm a little sick of it. It just is. It is a bit much. I know that they have even said it's a bit much, and it's a bit much, bitch. Like, just calm down. Now, I will say that I feel like I'm in the collective brainwave, if you will. When I saw Taylor go down to the field and they're like kissing, I was like, this is giving a Cinderella story. Should have tweeted it because now all of that is going around on social media that's the meme. And I was like, oh, fuck, I should have tweeted it so I could be, the originator. But I didn't. I just thought it. I guess we were all thinking it. So that's great. I do want to say something else. So Taylor Swift was unsearchable this weekend on X, formerly known as Twitter, due to some outrageous AI deepfake nudes of her going around. I did not see it for whatever reason, even though I was doing absolutely nothing all weekend and I was 100% on social media. I have a crick in my neck actually today from being on my phone too much this weekend. And I'm going to have to go to the chiropractor again and explain to them why I have a crick in my neck because I did that last time and they laughed at me. And the videos or photos from what another friend told me were absolutely disturbing. How crazy is it that she has so much power? I love that. I love that we have given the right girl the fame, the power, the money. She influences so much good in the world, and it's so nice to have a great role model that kids can actually look up to, and that's doing good in the world. So. Taylor Swift wants to be your role model, like absolutely go for it. How much power does Tree Payne have though to get her name fucking wiped from the internet for like the whole weekend? That's crazy to me. Tree Payne, if you don't know, is her PR person. She's a redhead that you'll see kind of in the back of her photos sometimes. I just think, she said that she's going to sue the government or she's working on a bill with the government or something. I am totally for this. I think that this should have been done years ago. It's crazy that people are listening now because, it's Taylor Swift. And although I definitely think that, yes, she should have justice as well. It would be nice if there was something for all of us little people, that there could be a bill passed, a law passed. I don't know, just AI fucking going away. I've never been really a big AI person. It scared me. I mean, I think it's great for a lot of, marketing and like cutting corners in terms of writing papers or, SEO and things like that. But other than that, I think, there's a filter on TikTok that you can be literally Taylor Swift's face. And if you move, it doesn't like fall off. The filter doesn't fall off your face. I mean, it's crazy. So I definitely think the AI needs to get a rein on it, and it would be nice if Taylor could do some justice for us little people, and us women who have been victims of just all of the AI getting taken advantage of. Also, her stalker was arrested over the weekend or late last week too for the third time, standing outside her New York apartment and then eventually breaking in. So scary. And a lot of people are bringing up good points too. Like, I am so glad that the NYPD came to her house and did arrest the guy because he seems like a lunatic. I mean, anybody who does that is like fucking crazy. But think of all the women who do call the police and they don't come, or they come at 2 a.m. when you're sleeping when it's been 8 hours, or when you get assaulted by a semi truck driver and they say that they can't do anything about it because it's too late now. Well, yeah, it wasn't too late when you called. So anyways, I just think it seems like she loves to make a difference in the world, and I'm really 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 behind that. I'm really appreciative as a little woman in this world, and so I hope that maybe the police will take more of every women more seriously. Speaking of police and women getting shit done, did anybody watch American Nightmare? Wild. I will say I watched it for I watched it 4 times. First 3 times, it kept going by so quickly, and I was, like, working, and I, like, wasn't paying attention. It's definitely a documentary that you need to pay attention to. It's only 3 episodes. Really great, really wild. Like, wild in the sense that, like, it happened in today's world. I mean, not today's world, but, like, like, recently is what I mean. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna ruin it for you, but there's not really much to ruin. It's, like, all over the internet. It's a true crime doc. It's about this couple. His name is Aaron Quinn and Denise Hutchins or something. Anyways, they were on this little town called Mare Island in like the Northeast, and little quiet town. This guy broke in and like kidnapped this 30-year-old woman out of her bed and drugged the boyfriend, tied him up, put cameras in the house, and they were like, if you try to call the police or anything like that, like, it won't be good for you and your family and or Denise. So anyways, they kidnapped her for like 48 hours. I won't go into like what, they did. I'm not going to ruin everything for you. In episode 1 to 2, the media were talking about how she was real life Gone Girl. So first of all, when I heard this story, I thought this was the one of the lady that faked her kidnapping and then said 2 lesbian Hispanic women kidnapped her, and then it ended up being such a hoax to like get money, and then now she, I think, actually is in jail. She was a blonde woman too, I think from California. I don't know. I forget where she was from, but if you guys remember that story, I forget her name. So that's what I thought this was, but apparently happened more than once. And this actually was true. So there was this guy who was an ex-Marine who kidnapped her, sort of tortured her and raped her, and then let her go within 48 hours. This was in Viejo, California, up north.
Viejo?
Viejo. Thank you. California check. I'm just kidding. Anyways, when the guy was kidnapping Denise, he told Aaron, the boyfriend at the time, he said, sorry, this wasn't meant for Denise. This was meant for Andrea. The boyfriend at the time, Aaron, his ex-fiance, who was dating somebody on that law enforcement team who they broke up. And that guy in law enforcement knew this guy who had a weird criminal history about attempted rapes, peeping Tom allegations, like just like weird well actually I think it was attempted rape and kidnapping, just like, and he was an ex-Marine and a lawyer from Harvard Law School. So the guy on the Viejo
Is it Viejo? How is it
Viejo.
spelled?
Yeah, no, I just can't pronounce it.
Okay.
What is it?
Viejo.
Viejo's law enforcement team said that he, or didn't say, but he had a connection to the guy that kidnapped Denise, and it was supposed to be for Andrea, and they said that or somebody came up with the conspiracy that he, you know, was supposed to swoop in and get Andrea back. There's a conspiracy going around, which I think makes the most sense because the documentary ends, they get awarded $2.5 million because they sue the city of Viejo. And the police chief, because they, I mean, drug their name through the mud. All the media, the police force, all that, they were like, you know, Denise and Aaron are fucking lying. Like, this did not happen, blah, blah. So they did not really investigate it. So Denise and Aaron, they end up getting married, but they sued the chief of police and they got awarded $2.5 million. And I thought actually that's why they did the documentary, but I saw on the credits that they weren't executive producers, so maybe they didn't fund it, and maybe Netflix really was interested in the story, which I think is great. But there was a conspiracy going around saying that the guy on the police force who dated Andrea and they broke up was trying to set it up to where this guy would kidnap Andrea and he would swoop in and be like the hero or something like that. But I don't know if they're like ex-fiancés. Did he think that like after the police guy and Andrea broke up that she would go with her ex-fiance Aaron to then like hook up or like run back to him? Like, because I think Denise and Aaron were like dating for like, I don't know, a while, like 6 months or a year or something. Like they were like dating for like a second. It wasn't like a couple weeks, you know? Anyways, I don't know. But now they're married and have 2 kids. And I think that's really great for them. But what a wild story. And I have to tell you, if you want anything solved, you better let a woman do it, because not a woman solving this freaking case and tying the 2 together, because it happened to another woman who is kidnapped, but that woman didn't have blonde hair, blah, 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 blah. My point in saying that women can. And if you want anything done, you better let a woman do it. That was crazy. Highly suggest you guys watch. Okay. Also, did anybody watch Griselda this weekend on Netflix? What a wild story. Actually, okay, I thought it was really wild and I thought it was really good. Here's some things. I don't know if it was just me. I didn't really get the super ruthless part of Griselda. I think anybody who like kills a bunch of people and like is a drug lord like is ruthless. But I'm saying I think they made her really human. They made her really human, and they made her really like in the beginning kind of like battered woman. Her second marriage was to a drug lord in Colombia, and she has ties to the I'm going to mispronounce it, but the same drug cartel that Pablo Escobar is in Colombia. And I was reading, because I did a slight research on this, Pablo Escobar said that the only person he's ever scared of in this world is Griselda Blanco. bitch got power. You know, a couple guys in the Netflix series with Sofia Vergara, they made that comment, like the characters made that comment about Griselda too. They're like, "Oh, I'm terrified of you," like blah blah blah. But like I personally didn't get the terrified. I think because we saw it from her point of view and she was like, you know, trying to get out, find a way out to provide for her family. It's kind of like the evil, you know, you don't want to be in the drug game, but then it's like she was married to a drug lord, so she knew the ins and outs. So she was like, if he can do it, I can make this 10 times better. So she is like known for bringing the cocaine to New York and Miami from the 70s to the early 2000s and literally being the number one drug import for cocaine. I also think that's crazy that they never caught her because in my head, obviously we're seeing it from the point of view of Griselda and like what they're doing ins and outs. I don't understand how I don't know how drugs work. First of all, okay? I don't do drugs. I don't know how they work. I'm not interested in them. It's not a niche that I like researching. I don't really have a lot of interest in it. So, excuse my ignorance. But I felt like she was very charismatic in the sense that she definitely was a talker. She's a bullshitter. She could make, you know, she's very convincing. I love that. But I didn't understand when people were like, we're so scared of her, blah, 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 because like she seemed terrified to me, which is what I think made her more human watching the show. I don't know. That's just my perspective because again, I'm trying to say that like we saw her perspective. So we saw inside her mind and her emotions. So like she was scared and fearful and sad and freaking out and all this stuff, but like maybe it wasn't translating to the public, right? I mean, she did go crazy in the end because, you know, like drugs and just drunk with power and like whatever. But I'm saying like the whole time, Sofia Vergara did a great performance with that show. She wanted to do something more serious. I'm excited for her to be able to explore that. Griselda had 4 sons. 3 of them died. There's one still living, Michael something Blanco, who was her last ex-husband's son that she had with. He is trying to sue Netflix because they were talking. Somebody was like writing a book or like a script or like whatever from 2009 to like 2021 or 2020, 2021, something like that. And he said, and they were like, this has nothing to do with the show. Like, we're going to basically like get rid of all of the research that we have done on you or any of the questions that we've asked you, and we're not going to put it in. Apparently, he's saying that they did use pertinent information like that, and I don't know, like, good luck, whatever. So he's trying to sue Sofia Vergara and Netflix, which I think is crazy because why are you going to sue somebody who's taking a job? Like, I didn't write the script. I'm just acting. I'm trying to get a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, yes. I mean, if you're going to sue anybody, you should sue, like, the production company. But, like, Netflix is such a machine. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes because I don't think Michael, from the research that I have founded, the research that I found has that much money to begin with. He has some like luxury line, and it's just also crazy in this mob wife era of TikTok that like the mafia is still kind of, you know, like a celebrity, but like his family at least all of the drug cartel and like the mob and the mafia and stuff. I don't know that he has like that drug money anymore because I don't know if it really exists anymore. And I do know that he has like a luxury clothing line and is going down like that path. So, anyways, but good luck to that. Okay, can we talk about Kylie Jenner was under fire recently for talking about, not talking about, but like people were talking about the effects of long-term filler usage. She was at the Oscars. Is that what it was that she was at that just happened that I didn't watch?
There was another event.
So she went to a fashion show. Is that in New York or probably Paris, right? Oh, did that just happen? Paris Fashion Week?
I thought that was in the spring.
I thought that was in.
No, it's not till February.
Okay, I thought it was February.
Oh, Copenhagen.
Oh, okay.
That's where they were. I'm pretty sure.
There was somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, they were
it's Copenhagen. There's a Copenhagen Fashion Week going on right now.
You guys shouldn't really follow for news. You should just follow for lighthearted convo. We don't know what's going on over here. A lot of plastic surgeons are weighing in saying that like we don't know the long-term side effects of filler. people were kind of scrutinizing her because she had like puffy under eyes, and it was like you could see the pockets and the dimples like in her face where the filler was and where it migrated, et cetera, et cetera. It says that it's dissolvable, and then people have only gotten filler once, and then 14 years later, like they'll do an X-ray, and it'll be migrated throughout their whole face. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't really think that she looked that bad. I mean, okay, a puffy eye, but like, don't we all have puffy eyes? Like, maybe she has puffy
She's
eyes.
human.
Right. Maybe she has puffy eyes because she stopped getting filler. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I think she looks really good with this no makeup, no lash look. She looks very romantic. And people are saying that she's starting to lean into Timothée Chalamet's like French ways because the French are like, more natural, all natural. And, I'm actually really liking this look. I didn't think she looked too bad on the red carpet and that like white sheer dress, if you know what I'm talking about. And we should all just lay off. And I don't know, if we stop fucking talking about women's bodies, maybe they'll stop getting work done. And then, it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, Heather Gay just got another facelift and she looks really good, but if Mary wouldn't have called her Shrek, we wouldn't have been like, oh, Heather this, Heather that, like, would she have gotten a facelift? I don't know. Like, anyways, I just think we need to lay off. Kim Kardashian is also under fire for the tanning beds TikTok, saying that she has a tanning, like, she's like, I'm Kim Kardashian. Of course I have a tanning bed in my office and a red light bed or like whatever. Because we were just talking about how pale we are and we're so lazy to put on self tanner. We got to add that into the schedule. Be like 9:30 self tanner. I can't cancel that again. We were just saying how pale we are, and Taylor was talking about how she's like, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought about going to a tanning bed and then got scolded, but I just said we need to do our self tanner.
It's just so much work.
It is so much work. It's exhausting. Then you start sweating and you can't sweat because then it like starts to drip. It's
and
like
then
too
it gets
much.
on your sheets or your clothes.
But you have a husband. Would you make him do it?
No, I know. I'm just talking about the tan itself. What's annoying
No,
is
I
like
know,
usually
but-
like transfers on to like your
Oh.
clothes and your
Mine
sheets
doesn't.
or something. I don't know if you start sweating.
Well, that's why you take a shower and then you like do it and then you go. Oh, you know what else you need? The fan. You have a little fan. You could just do the little fan. You know what I said I would never get? Is one of those neck fans. I was like, oh, that is so embarrassing. These people with neck fans. Blah, blah. Girl, I bought that shit 2 years ago. Because I was like, it's hot as hell. It is hot as
So
fucking hell.
hot. That's
you know-
probably worth it if you're doing anything outside in Houston.
And I also have never worn it. I've only played with it at the house because I always forget to bring it. But I just need to take more advantage of that, like neck fan. I got my mom one. Does she use it? Probably not. She should be wearing that every day. Like neck fan. But it actually, the one that I have is really good. It like blows it up the back of your head. Like a good neck fan. Like it's really good. It looks like headphones. It looks really good. Anyways, so I don't know if I've said it on here, but you guys, when did I get it? Actually, August 14th. That's when I got it. I got Botox. I got 55 units of Botox and I got a syringe of lip filler. Where? Hey, where is she? Hello, where are ya? Because lips gone. And I feel like the other day I went to dinner with a girlfriend and I wasn't even wearing, or maybe I was wearing lipstick, but still, like, whatever. Sometimes they pop up and pop out, and then sometimes it's like, it goes away. So is the filler migrating? No. Is my filler migrating in my lips?
To where?
Back in my throat? I don't, and then it like comes out. I don't know. Like the other day I woke up and my lips were like, not swollen, but it looked like, oh, my filler is back. And then I went to dinner and my friend was like, oh my God, your lips, like, did you get your lips redone? And I was like, no, dude, it just randomly popped in.
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I need to know. I went
Maybe
to a
you're
plastic
just
surgeon.
swollen that day.
No, truly, need water. Like, truly. I just feel like, and I also heard that if you talk a lot, it dissolves quicker. But like, I felt like all my filler, my Botox, like dissolved in exactly 6 weeks. August 14th to like whenever 6 weeks is, like the end of September or something. Okay, let's see what else. Monica, the cheer coach out of Navarro, her son has been arrested on child porn activity. Crazy. I need people to stop fucking doing child porn. That is weird. If nobody's telling you, that's fucking weird, dude. fucking weird. And I think the youngest was like 10 years old. What blows my mind is that you're whacking it to people who are kidnapped and sex trafficked. Like this 10-year-old didn't just get an OnlyFans and is having like, free will to do whatever. Like you're willingly downloading it and sorry, it's like gonna make me really emotional. I'll never understand. And it's the same cheer captain and the same school that Jerry, what's his last name?
I don't know. I just know by Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry is in jail now for child
Pornography, right?
yeah, I'm like an assault, I think. Because he did it to the kid. He met up with those underage
Yeah.
kids or like child endangerment or something like that.
Well, no, his
I
was
need Texas to
more.
get it together.
Oh, his wasn't child pornography. He was like actually hooking up with underage.
Or
like,
assaulting them, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I need everybody to get it together. Well, before we get into Real Housewives, one of Armie Hammer's ex-girlfriends or ex-flings was on Brittany, Tommy Lee's wife's podcast. So Brittany Ferland and this other girl, Brittany, who had a fling with Armie Hammer, have a podcast, and she and Brittany Ferland was talking to the other Brittany about her fling with Armie Hammer and like kind of how it went down and everything.
And she just like talked about it so casually.
Yeah,
so I asked him about the cannibalism and he was just like, it's a cycle of completion. Wait, what? He goes, I'm inside of you. I want you to be inside of me. And then she goes, I'm like, could I just put a finger in your butt? I can't believe she just talks about this so
casually. When all that stuff came out, did we end up realizing that it was like the cannibalism was like a figure of speech? Or like, was he really using people's blood for lube? That's what he said.
So in this article, the next thing says, Brittany Schmidt, said Hammer denied ever actually eating human flesh or meat, but explained that he was very much into biting during intercourse. He will push it to the limit with biting. He will go as hard as you let him go with biting. It would get really fucking hard, and I'd be like, stop. So my experience there.
You couldn't sound more dry. Ow, you're really hurting me. Please stop. I'm disassociating.
Well, I feel like I have to read this. Otherwise, I just can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
But then she goes, so I didn't have the same experience as the other girls. She did say not negating any of their experiences, but he respected when she finally would say stop. I don't know. It's just so weird to me. I just can't.
I don't know. And then he was like selling timeshares in the Cayman Islands, and apparently he's back. Somebody said that he was in an audition recently or running for a movie. I don't know. He's going to make a comeback, as they all do. Like we were talking about Olivia Jade making a comeback. Nobody gives a fuck that her mom went to jail for, paying her way into college. Her dad is Massimo, who is like the #1 Target seller. And nobody's going to give a fuck about Armie Hammer. Nobody gives a fuck that Kim Kardashian is,
Well, you know what these kind of things really show?
That nobody is standing on business. That's what it fucking shows. Nobody has no morals.
Oh, I was just going to say that like...
Whoops.
More of like the media can be so harsh, right in the beginning of things, but things do really blow over.
Mm-hmm.
You can still come back from it, like no matter what. It seems like you can still, even though that there's like so much like hate out there, and so
Chris D'Elia is still touring.
Yeah, I mean I don't
and
know.
He's a comedian who is like has his own little like cult, and this YouTube comedian guy or amateur comedian went down a rabbit hole and did like this whole YouTube documentary on him last year, the year before, I want to say, and like exposed his career. Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, like, yes, like Netflix dropped him, all this stuff. His podcast went away for a second. He's doing his podcast again. And like he's touring again, and like he's still has a following. And it's just
so what I've seen a lot
no one cares.
What I've seen a lot too in like PR stuff is people just saying like the best PR is to be silent when things come out, because they can't say anything against your words, because it just makes it a lot easier for you to come back later and let everything blow over with the media.
I mean,
because then they just forget about it and they're like, oh, okay.
Okay, also
It's been a long time, so we'll just move on.
no, also I agree because like the way sometimes people will describe me sounds like an out of body experience. I'm like, that doesn't really sound like me. Do I have multiple personalities?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, thank you. Because I mean, what they're saying is probably true, but I'm like, I don't remember acting that way, acting like a fool. I'm like, if that was 6 months ago, I'm a new person. You know what I mean? Also, if like anybody describes an event pre-therapy, can't help you. Yeah, I don't know. When people like describe something about me, it just that doesn't really align. Okay, for instance, this one guy I hung out with recently, just like a old high school friend ish, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I remember when we went to this concert and then you were like crying in the booth." Well, that does seem like something I would do, although I don't remember. And he was like, "Well, in your defense, you were talking about your mom." I was like, "Oh, okay, so warranted. Like, it's giving Gypsy Rose." Like, anyways, whatever. Okay, let's get into some Bravo shit, okay? Because I just want to kind of put a little bow on the whole Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion situation. Monica's crazy. In part 3, she talks about how Jen told her to set up cameras inside of her house, and Jen told Monica to put it in her name so she had access to all of the cameras at all times, and so she could spy on Jen at any given moment in her house. That's fucking weird, girl. That's weird. Then she said that she would do drive-bys and like was on Snapchat and like has videos and be like, "Yeah, we're doing a stakeout in this bitch." That is weird. That's weird. That's weird. It's so unevolved. I can't even deal. And then she was telling Andy that the FBI told her to catch Jen drinking and driving, and nobody believed that story. He's like, "Why are you stalking her house where she's not drinking and driving? And the FBI told you to catch her drinking and driving. Like, that doesn't make any sense." Anyways, she's fired. I just want to tell you guys, it doesn't feel good to be on the wrong side of history. Okay. I was really rooting for Monica. She really did carry the season, but she's giving me the crazy ick that Mary is. I really, really, really need Mary to get the fuck off the screen. That bitch is crazy. It's giving Mormon cult. Like, I don't even know Mormon, but like it's giving cult. Okay. Mary is scary. Why are you dropping on your son having sex? Why are you in the room with him while he's having sex? That's weird. Why did you marry your grandpa? Girl, there's just so many questions, and she's not answering either. Now, we did finally find out, as we all knew, that Jen Shaw gave Heather Gay the black eye. We didn't get the full story. Although Heather did go on a campaign saying, defending Jen on her book tour, defending Jen to, the public, all this stuff. I do not know what Jen has on Heather to make her feel so loyal to her. I do know that when you're in, and Whitney said, or one of the girls said that like it feels like Stockholm syndrome. Like I totally see that. We all knew that Jen gave her the black eye. I think it's crazy that she's still like, "Oh, I don't know how I got the black eye." Like, I guess we'll never know. She's never gonna like fully say the story, whether she does remember or not. I mean, I think even if you're blackout drunk, wouldn't you remember somebody punching you in the face and you waking up with a black eye? Like, I don't know. Although now that I'm old, I do wake up with random bruises on my legs that I don't know how to get there. But I feel like I would remember if somebody's fist came from my eye. You know what I mean? Like also you're not waking up with a headache. Dude, that was bad. Could you imagine sleeping in your contacts? Could you also imagine, because she had lash extensions? You don't like your eye being closed for like a week. You don't think that's like bad? How are you going to take your contact? I don't know. I mean, not that I sleep in contacts, but like if I was drunk or like if I was wearing my glasses and she punched me in the face and like the glass, that's actually my fear of like getting into a car wreck and the airbag going off and the glass part like shattering into my eyeballs.
I've never thought of that before.
Now you will. I mean, God forbid that ever I mean, I don't think it will, but I'm just saying like, anyways. So I guess we're going to have to be okay with that answer. You know what I want? I want the girls. I mean, Meredith, kind of very annoying, doesn't really add to the show, but she can stay. I want Meredith, Whitney, Heather, Lisa, and Angie K, because I actually like Angie K, to actually have like a good season. They have been 4 or 3 years? I can't remember. But anyways, they haven't had one good season to where they can like live in peace. Either they're getting terrorized by Jen or they're getting terrorized by Monica. And that is really crazy that Monica was in such defense of her actions. She's like, yeah, I might be fucked up, but like she's a criminal. Two wrongs don't make a right, girly. Two wrongs don't make a right. She's trying to justify that. She's like, well, we talked good things about you too. And then she brought this weird burn book. And, we're just not 16. You guys are in your 40s. And I need you to get it together. I also am not, I haven't been caught up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and also Potomac. I haven't caught up either. But I'm kind of sick of housewives refusing to film with certain people because, like, it's actually a job to them now. I mean, it's always been a job, but, like, it's just people getting cast and they have no friendship outside of being cast. So, like, if they don't want to work with X person, they don't have to. I mean, they do, but, like, whoever has the most money or the most fandom or, like, whatever will win. And I'm over it. It makes such a boring, like, mismatched show. You know what else I'm really, really sick of? I'm sick of everybody thinking that they are a producer. Like, I am a little bit sick of the fourth wall being broken. It was fun and cutesy here and there. I'm watching reality TV to escape my boring ass life. Actually, my life isn't boring, but escape the world, okay? I don't need, oh, well, you were cast this way and that. Like, I miss old housewives when they were just friends and there didn't need to be a storyline. That's why Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Legacy was so good, because they fucking knew the assignment. They are all friends to their core. Even if they don't talk on a regular basis, they are all friends. And Luann is so delusional, and so is Sonia, and so is Ramona, quite frankly. And it just makes such good TV. I don't like Ramona. I never have. I can see how she does add to the TV, though. Like, she does make, you know, the TV, or the show. But other than that, like, Real Housewives of New York, the reboot, like, what the fuck was that Cheesegate? Dude, I stopped watching. That shit is so boring. I've watched part of season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like, the dinner scene. The last time I reviewed it, when Denise was, like, going crazy at the dinner for that THC party and Anne-Marie was there. But, like, now, like, the esophagus gate and, like, Anne-Marie isn't liked with the public, nor her, like, anesthesiologist colleagues and board, or, like, whatever. Like, I'm bored. I'm bored with it. Like, just be normal, go to parties, have fun, be wild and crazy. But also, they're 50. Like, a lot of these housewives are like 40, 50, 60, 70. So, like, I understand they don't need to be like ragers and like partying and stuff like that. But, like, maybe introduce a cast that, like, they really, or like, let's get the kids, like the Judices, Raven from Karen's daughter from Potomac. Let's get Brielle and Ariana Bierman. Like, let's get like these Real Housewives children out there. I don't know. You know what we're never going to see the light of day of? Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't know, season 2 or something with Brandi and Caroline Manzo. Let me tell you what the fuck happened with that. So over the weekend, the case file dropped. I've never really liked Brandi. I don't think she makes that great of TV. She's a little scary to me as well. I don't dislike her as much as, or she doesn't make me, I mean, now she does, but like at the time before I read this, she didn't make me as uneasy as Mary and Monica. Those are like the really fucking weird ones that were like, you guys didn't do your research. Caroline is now suing Bravo, the production company, for neglect, basically, to say that like she suffered. I mean this is a very detailed, for somebody to make this up is like, she won it. Me and her were thick as thieves, you know what I mean? Like, Caroline would not make this up. Brandi got drunk. Caroline was sitting on the couch, came over to Caroline, spread her legs and put her head in her crotch area, and then was like fondling her, mounted her, was like dry humping her on the couch. I know what you're thinking. Like, why didn't Caroline say anything? Well, first of all, when you have been sexually assaulted before, especially as a child, like Caroline has, you kind of shut down in like flight or flight. Second of all, Brandi is a fucking giant, okay? Caroline's 5 foot. And like, yes, and she's older. Like, Caroline's like in her 60s. like late 60s, I would say. And Brandy's like 50. I'm not saying like, they're kind of the same age, but like not really. And also when Brandy is drunk, not that I've ever been around her personally, but through the show, what I've seen is she's very aggressive. Like, I don't think I could be able to handle it. And I don't think it's funny either. I don't think when people act like that, that's not like peak humor to me. And I don't like it. Caroline gets away, goes to the bathroom. Brandy barges in, follows her to the bathroom, locks the door, pins Caroline like in the bathroom, blocks the door so Caroline can't get out. She, according to the document, Brandi presses her body up against Caroline's, and then she starts like fondling her and like trying to kiss her and like all these things. Caroline gets away again, and she's asking for production to help. Production doesn't step in to help. Brandi does it again for the third fucking time. And Eva from America's Next Top Model says something. She's like she's getting assaulted. Like, we need to be like doing something about it. I mean, I'm saying this is all alleged because I don't know if I'm regurgitating the information correctly. Please feel free to do your own research, but that is what I read and how I interpret it. I mean, it's just we're never going to see the light of day of that episode, honestly, as we shouldn't, because I don't think that promoting that type of behavior is acceptable, to be honest. And I don't think promoting, and I don't know that production is necessarily promoting being blackout drunk, but like promoting drinking in the sense where like people potentially have a drinking problem, that's not like cool to promote to the general public either. So I mean, yeah, I understand why Caroline was even hesitant to come back in the first place. It took a lot for production and Bravo to get Caroline to go on this ultimate girls trip, and then Brandi did this. We're never gonna see it. We're never gonna see Caroline again. So sad, because I really like her. I like her family. I kind of wanted them to do like a spinoff, kind of like a Get Gotti or Growing Up Gotti or whatever, with Caroline, Kathy, Teresa. I guess it's just Real Housewives of New Jersey. The OG seasons are so good because they're all family and they're all like really good friends and they're all very intertwined. So again, you don't need a lot of producing storylines because that shit just happens naturally. Oh my God, I get so worked up. Okay, that's I honestly, I really hope they take her seriously. Also, don't forget to set your DVRs. I don't even know who has DVR anymore, but like Vanderpump Rules is premiering this Tuesday, January 30th. I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to review that next week. Also, Sophia Richie is having a girl. Congratulations. We love that. Hashtag girl dad. For LaGrange. What's his name? Sophia Richie's husband. That's who that is.
I don't remember his
exactly.
name.
Simone Biles' husband, Sophia Richie's husband, okay? Get shirts that say that. Okay, another thing. I watched Traitors, and I started with season 2 so I could catch up. Such a great show. You guys have got to be watching Traitors if you're not watching it on Peacock. It is so good. I love the host. Remember when he was on Spy Kids and on Spice World, the movie? He's like, when two become one. And he gets like backstage with them on Spice Girls. It's very niche 90s content. I also didn't know that he was actually really Scottish. So love the outfits. Love the, you know what I liked too? It's a great game show. I'm not good at games shows. I'm good at like watching them, but I'm not good at like strategic game shows like that. Like, you want us to do a game show and we did trivia and we lost, okay? Like, I was the only one carrying the team and we fucking failed miserably. I mean, you knew something that I didn't.
No, I was gonna say you carried the team. You knew a lot. Like, I feel like you would be good at game shows because you know a lot of like.
Not you boosting my ego. Maybe I should audition for a game show.
Well, I guess it depends on like what kind of game show it is, but you know a lot of like random facts. Or
but
just,
this one
you
is
know a lot about like pop culture and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, like Family Feud would be good. Like word game shows, I think would be good. I kind of used to be able to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is pretty good because I don't just know pop culture. I know a lot of history too.
Mm-hmm.
Geography we're also not good at. Yeah, we
terrible
at
geography.
I'm not terrible, but I'm not like I know like I saw this thing yesterday and this girl was like Alaska's an island. Like, no, it's not.
Okay,
girl.
we're
It's
not that bad.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. We're not like that
clueless.
bad. Yeah, clueless. Okay. So maybe we are just terrible then. So clueless, terrible, slightly bad, good, above average, amazing at geography. So we're right at second tier. second to the lowest.
Yeah.
Here. Okay, so Traders, if you don't know, I'm loving it because it's set in Scotland. Obviously, you get the beautiful scenery and the like kind of raininess that is Scotland, and the just castles and the cliffs and anyway, it's so beautiful. Then you get like the host. I really do like it. I forget his name. I looked it up yesterday.
What's it called again?
Traders.
Oh, this is with the all the reality TV.
Yes. And it's not just Bravo people. It's The Challenge, it's Real World, it's Survivor, it's Bravo,
The Bachelor.
Bachelor.
Because
It's all
Pilot P is on
Pete's
it.
on it. It's all like reality TV shows. I think just from NBC.
What am I looking about? What about Traders?
The host, Traders 2 host.
Alan Cumming?
Yes, Alan Cummings, so good. Love it. His fashion slang. Oh, also RuPaul's Drag Race is on there. That's not on NBC, is it? So I guess it's just all reality people.
Don't know who that is.
You don't know RuPaul? Babe, that's a drag show. The drag show competition. You don't know?
No.
Oh. He wasn't on it, but a contestant, I think that won or something. Peppermint is her name. Anyways, so here's the thing, dude. Phaedra is on this season 2. If ever I get into legal trouble, whether it be a ticket or if I somebody, okay? I'm hiring Phaedra immediately. That bitch is her over Kim Kardashian. People are like, oh, Kim's my lawyer. No, bitch. Phaedra is my lawyer, okay? Not her being like, clients like, she is, I want to say, like a criminal lawyer, like a legal lawyer. I don't know. She does something with like some sort of crime, which I think is crazy because she was getting, I haven't watched Atlanta in so long, but she was getting a lot of flack because she married Apollo, who was in jail for assault, battery. I don't remember. This is all alleged. Please don't come for me if I'm wrong. Anyways, he went to jail, and then like as a lawyer, she married a criminal. Like I just think it's like funny.
That's crazy.
And then she was like, I can't believe he's doing this to me. And then it's like, yeah, bitch. But anyways, if I get into trouble, Phaedra, I'm coming for you, babe. Let's like link up because you're who I want on my side. So Phaedra is a traitor. What I like about the show is the audience knows what's going on. So like us at home knows what's going on. The players don't know what's going on. I don't think I could ever create a game show like this because it takes like a lot of creativity and a lot of like cunningness and like mastery, I feel like, if those are the correct words, to like really come up with something like super plot twisty. Like I think it's really good. Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen, beyond codependent girl. She was like, we're the first couple on this show. Yeah, because I guarantee you they were like, Larsa, do you want to be on? She's like, I won't do it without Marcus. I cannot have sex for like 5 days. We do it 5 times a night. I have to get my dick in. I know way too much about her against my will. Okay. Also, Marcus Jordan is Michael Jordan's #1 fan. I've never seen somebody use their last name as a tagline. It's strange. And if I was Michael Jordan, I would disown his ass too, because that is fucking weird. He also looks nothing like Michael Jordan, and he looks exactly like Tyler Perry. Has anybody seen that? What else did I say? Oh my God. In the first episode, when the host was picking the traitors, Larsa was like, I know it was you on my left because I heard his jacket move. I have a sixth sense. That bitch could not be far off. She was so wrong. And she got voted off. I'm so glad. She was like, no, my ears are like so sensitive. Like I can hear a pin drop from a mile away. Babe, then if that's the case, why were you off? It's giving Kim Kardashian can smell cavities. We all can. Your breath smells. Like we all can. That isn't some like secret superpower that you can smell cavities and we can't. Oh my God. Chloe was just making out with Lamar while he had massive cavities and needed root canals. She was like, it's okay. I don't know. Couldn't be me. Princess Kate is back home from the hospital. She was in the hospital for abdominal surgery, maybe some bowel obstructions. We don't really know. Not speculating here. She was in the hospital for like 10 days though, which is kind of crazy. And apparently people were saying like bowel surgery, not abdominal, but like bowel surgery takes like the longest to heal from. So as of today, she is back home and recovering. Happy for her, grateful for her. And I hope, we love the royals here. Oh my God, you guys, I hope that you're out and about when I come to London. I will absolutely lose my mind. Okay. But I'll be cool about it. Okay. But I love the royals. People are like, oh, well, you hate Meghan. I don't hate Meghan. I just think they're both, Meghan and Harry are hypocrites. And if they would just stick to whatever they say they're gonna do, then I would like them better. I don't dislike them. I'm indifferent about them. Which, by the way, they flew to the Bahamas to go watch One Love, Bob Marley's new biopic that came out or is coming out. They did a pre-screen. I don't remember, and that was apparently headlines. That's all I have to report on that. And that's all we're doing about the Royals so far. I actually do kind of miss them being in the media because I love the Royals. I like history. I like talking about anything like that. So, whatever. This story has me in a chokehold. This guy in Kansas City had his 3 friends over. So 4 guys total. Actually, 5 guys total, including himself. 1 guy left. And then 3 guys were found in his backyard, frozen, dead, and did not come home. He said that, his friends were coming over to watch a Chief game, and then they stayed later to watch Jeopardy. I don't know what the fuck that is. Whatever. I mean, I know what Jeopardy is, but I'm like, they could be lying. They could all be having an orgy. Who the fuck knows? It's like giving I'm going to my friend Kim's house, Susie's house, and like you're in the back alley passed out in this like boy's car. You know what I mean? It's kind of what it was giving. Anyways, so the host of the night fell asleep for 2 fucking days. The lawyer was like, oh, he didn't know what happened. He was asleep for 2 days. He woke up to people banging on his door. One of the fiancés of one of the guys who were killed or missing or whatever broke into the guy's house and, found her fiance in the snow, frozen to death with the other 2 guys. And the host was inside on the couch asleep for 2 days. Now, are you not eating? Obviously you're not. But are you not like peeing yourself at least? Like, are you severely dehydrated? Like, what's going on? They had to have taken something. There's no way. Once I found out that guy was asleep for 2 days, I mean, granted, I could be asleep for 2 days and I could say I'm asleep for 2 days, but I'm like getting up to go pee and like coming back. You know what I mean? So he said he was passed out on the couch for 2 days. I'm thinking that the guys were having a panic attack or just needing some fresh air or something, or they were just like, getting fresh air. They didn't bring their jackets or like whatever. We're sitting on the porch. They kind of fell asleep and passed out. That's what I think. Because there's no way, I feel like we're still waiting for like a toxicology report or something, but there's no way that you're just sober or even like drinking beer. Like there's no way that you're just going out in like 29-degree weather without a jacket and just like sitting on the porch and then like freezing to death. You know what I mean? Something sus there. So that's still a developing story. We shall see what happens. Maybe my mind will change, but that's what's going on. We're waiting for the toxicology reports. I mean, it is really sad for the fiancés and girlfriends of those guys. And, I feel bad that the host of the night lost his 3 best friends. So that is sad, but I'm gripped by this story, I tell you. Okay. Last but not least, last night, Nicki Minaj went crazy on Instagram. I don't know what's going on. She, I don't know, is gearing up for this Black Panther, no, not Blackpink, Pink Friday 2, her like new album release. But she got on Instagram Live and was going crazy because she took Megan Thee Stallion's news, which by the way, I feel like this is the Mandela effect. I swear to God, I feel like it was Meg Thee Stallion. That's what I feel like it was. And now we're like Megan Thee Stallion. Like it doesn't flow as much as Meg Thee Stallion to me. Anybody else?
No, I agree.
I swear to God, but everybody's like Megan Thee Stallion. Unless it used to be Meg Thee Stallion, now she's like, just call me Megan Thee Stallion. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know, but I feel like she definitely was Meg Thee Stallion, and now she's Megan Thee Stallion. You know?
Yeah.
Let me know if anybody else was calling her that. I mean, I still actually do call her Meg Thee Stallion. Anyways, H-Town represent. Nicki Minaj went crazy talking about how she took Megan's new song Hiss as a diss track to herself, or her fans took it because she said something about, you don't know the law, you only know Megan's law, which is great because I learned this, which refers to the sexual offender list, that you have to register as a sexual offender, and her husband and her brother are both convicted sexual offender. I don't think her husband's in jail. Her husband's like out or something like that, but her brother is serving a sentence for raping and sexual assaulting his stepdaughter. So that's crazy. So Nicki took offense to that, and then she took shots at like her mom, who passed away in 2019 from a brain tumor, which is very sad. And then something about how Tory Lanez shot her in the foot, and like she's like, you have a big foot, good foot. Anyways, we'll see about that. That's all I know is that she went crazy, and now, everybody's like, oh, the best female rapper of all time is getting insecure. This is crazy. I never thought I would see the day. Are you a Nicki fan? Pull up into Sri Lanka. Coffee Meets Vodka is hiring for an intern locally in Houston. If you or anybody that you know would love to be a part of the show, would love to learn, want to get into media, you must have some experience. We've gotten some crazy applications. One is a barista. Okay, babe, you didn't read the post. No hate to you. I'm just like, read. Being illiterate is good.
This isn't a barista
Yeah,
job.
it's not a barista. I guess the name is misleading. Coffee Meets Vodka, but you could also say like, oh, I'm a bartender, but like.
But it literally says on the ad, like, media intern for a podcast.
For a podcast. Yeah. So you just didn't read. So anyways, anybody who is Houston local, you're in media, you're a student, you are a post grad, you need some experience. It's a very, very, very small position, light hours. You could do it on the side. We just need help filming, setting up, guests, pitching, everything like that. If you're interested, DM us, email us, and we'll get you more info. And also, if you want to donate to the show, go to my link in my Instagram bio. My link tree actually should be posted everywhere, but on the link tree, there is a portion to where you can donate to the show. There's already a set amount, or you can do your own. That really helps us with the show as well. It helps, pour back into the show, into our ads, into our equipment, make it better for you guys, and get a better space, everything like that. So that's really helpful too. Any other announcements? If you want to be a guest on the show, also fill out the link in our Linktree bio, our Instagram bio, the guest form. I like talking to interesting people. So anybody who wants to be on the show, fill that out. We'll be able to fit you in as soon as we have something that, fits your description of what you talked about, and we'll be in touch. Okay, guys. Well, that's the end of the show. Appreciate you for listening, following, rating. By the way, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a $50 gift card to Amazon coming out of my own pocket. Please rate the show. Give it 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on our Facebook page, which I know is a little millennial, but it just helps us with the reviews. Send me a DM of all 3 places that you've reviewed. Each platform is an entry. You could be entered up to 3 times, which will triple your chance for a $50 gift card. We are going to announce winners on February 8th. So get your entries in. We appreciate your love, your support. Follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts. And we can't wait to be in touch. Bye.